Chris, K-R-I-S, Mumford, M-U-M-F-O-R-D, Public Information Officer for the Metro Police Department.
So what did you all respond to here today?
Around 2:15, we responded to a large melee out here. People were frightened and leaving en masse. Initially, there was a shots fired call, but that turned out, fortunately, not to be the case. This entire event began with a domestic assault. There was a couple that was in the Chili's. There was a fight. From that, there was a report of shots fired, but there's no evidence to indicate at this time that shots were fired. At that time, the mall put out a warning to shelter in place, and people did so. People left the mall. We responded. So fortunately, at this time, and Kendra will speak to this, there were no serious injuries. Right now, officers are going through the mall to clear it, just to see if anyone might still be hiding, to make sure everything is safe. Other than that, we're just out here to make sure that everyone can come and go safely. But again, we're still working to clear the mall to make sure everything is safe. So the entrances to the mall remain closed, but we hope to reopen them sooner than later.
When we talk about, people were describing to me like people running, and like it just got worse and worse. Obviously, in those situations, we worry about people getting trampled. If there are slower people running away, injuries could result from that. Did you guys see any injuries?
Let Kendra address that.
So the Nashville Fire Department and the Office of Emergency Management also responded to this scene. We had multiple crews here. Our RTF team also was here to respond in case there were validation of the reports that Chris just spoke to. Gratefully, that did not come to fruition in this case. We did have our crews that remained on scene here for some of those injuries that you just mentioned. So in this case, a massive mall area here with lots of people that were going to be on scene in an unexpected emergency type of situation. And you do have people who kind of in a mass panic will try to run to the first area of exit that they do find. And we did have a few people who fell as a result of running or trying to exit in such a quick way. We did have multiple people that were assessed on the scene today. We did not make any transports though. Some of those people also want to be checked out just because they were experiencing a little bit of heightened kind of anxiety, things that you would normally experience if you were in this type of situation, not knowing exactly what was going on, maybe thinking one thing and maybe not having a clear understanding of what was going on. So we did assess and look at several people and kind of just give them a sense of reassurance that they were okay. Everybody's vitals checked out. There were some people that had a few kind of scrapes and bumps from falling onto the pavement or falling inside of the building, but nothing that required anyone to be transported. And so we are very grateful and thankful for that today.
There was a fight, but were there any weapons on?
No. Right now, the domestic that was involved really at the start of this whole thing off is still under investigation. So at this point, what we know now is that there was an altercation between two parties, a male and a female, and the victim of that assault actually was the male, and he has been found safe. He is safe. So again, our domestic violence detectives will be looking into that initial assault and whether or not there were weapons involved.
So do you all know how it kind of went from that to something like this?
Well, I would think, a female did come into Chili's and assaulted her boyfriend who was working there. So, a fight, an argument, it spilled outside, so it wouldn't be a surprise to think that people might be fearful, especially in light of recent events. People, I think, were all very sensitive to these types of situations. So that claim of shots being fired did go out. We're investigating that. We're not saying, we're not ruling that out. We just haven't found any evidence of that. So as the investigation progresses, we may have more answers in that area. But again, the mall very wisely said shelter in place. That's what people did. And right now we're clearing the mall to make sure that if there is anyone still hiding or not been accounted for, that we can locate them.
How long did it take for the majority of people to evacuate the mall?
Gosh, I wouldn't know. I mean, we responded at 2:15. I know I certainly had trouble getting in here, and it's been ongoing. So it has taken a while to safely, and we really appreciate our Tennessee Highway Patrol. Our troopers have come out and greatly aided in helping with the traffic. MNPD, of course, our officers, the fire department. The response was just really, really, really good.
When we talk about possible reasons folks may have thought they heard a shot, it's obviously a Chili's, it's a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Any plates broken in there, any pans that were on the floor that maybe could have indicated that something maybe dropped, hit the floor. And
That's
maybe,
possible.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It's very possible that fight, yes.
And then as far as clearing the mall, like you were just mentioning, are you guys going store by store
Yes.
kind of methodically?
Yes.
Okay, because I know that I talked to a couple of people who say they still might be in a back room.
Yes.
Locked. Okay.
Yes. So yes, our officers are methodically going through the mall, into the stores, to make sure that everyone who may be hiding in place will be found and told that it's safe.
Thank you so much.
Thank you both.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.